Fox Extra, and I'm Lauren Simonetti. Financial elder abuse is on the rise. Almost $3 billion swindled from older adults nationwide every single year. Daniel Reingold, president and CEO of the Hebrew Home of Riverdale, opened the nation's first elder abuse shelter back in 2005. He's here now to discuss the current landscape of financial elder abuse and what can be done to avoid scams. Good to see you, Dan.
Thank you, Lauren.
How common is this?
It's very common. Financial abuse among older adults is reaching epidemic proportions in this country. Probably close to 60% of older adults have been victims of some kind of financial scam. And it's stealing billions and billions of dollars, as you indicated, over $3 billion a year.
Huge numbers. What are the most typical scams that we should be aware of?
There are many kinds of scams perpetrated. Right. The two that I consider to be the most insidious are what we call the grandparent scam and the IRS scam. The grandparent scam is that an older adult receives a call seemingly from a grandchild who's in some kind of emergency, and they're asked to wire money immediately, and the child never gets on the phone or the voice is disguised, and they wire money to get them out of jail, to get them out of the hospital because they've been injured.
And I'm assuming the grandparent is called when they're more foggy, early in the morning, late at night.
That's correct. Early in the morning,
so
late at night.
They prey on that innocence and that vulnerability.
Yes, and if the child does get on the phone, they'll say, well, it doesn't sound like you. Well, I broke my nose, or I'm injured, or they'll say they can't speak to you. They're in the emergency room right now. And it really plays on their fear and concern for the youngster. The second one that is also very insidious is the IRS scam. And in this one, somebody purporting to be an IRS agent calls up and says, you owe us money, the FBI is on the way, you're going to be arrested unless you wire us money immediately. And this has been, unfortunately, a successful scam many times. And of course, the IRS never does that.
And that's what is so crucial here. People fall victim to these scams. It's unbelievable. The numbers are eye-popping. If you've already fallen victim, what can be done about this?
Well, if you've fallen victim, then the key is to immediately notify the police. Every county's district attorney's office has an elder abuse unit, and in many cases, the Federal Trade Commission can be involved, particularly around internet scams. And so the immediate thing is to reach out. Many older adults feel so ashamed when they've been victimized, and what we really advise the victims is, please don't be ashamed. Reach out for help. It's going to, in many cases, it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to recover the assets. But oftentimes,
impossible?
It can be, because that money's gone. Right. But oftentimes, the perpetrators will revisit the victim. And so if you've reached out to the police, they can help to prevent it from happening again.
Good point. Thank you so much for that, because as the population gets older, there's going to be a greater need for services like yours.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks for coming on the program.
My pleasure.
Daniel Reingold. For more information, visit Hebrew.org. Thank you so much for watching Fox Extra. I'm Lauren Simonetti.